Hi, today we're going to be cooking some tripe, la trippa in Italian. And the first step is you take your tripe, and very important to clean out all the fat. So you look for fat and you just cut it out or rub it off or pull it off, but it needs to come off. It's not good for you, nor is it gonna give it the taste, and your sauce is gonna be full of fat. So best thing to do is be very careful to take out as much fat as you can. And there's two kinds of tripe. There's this one, and there's the one that is like honeycomb. Okay, the millefeuille or 1,000 sheets. And there's the honeycomb. So there's three really. Okay, so after you've trimmed your fat, what you do is you clean it with cold water. You could run it in the pot where it's at. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put it and we're gonna boil it. Now, when we boil it, we're gonna have to keep checking it, and it's gonna be like sort of soft to the touch of the fork. So you're gonna puncture it with the fork, and when it's nice and tender, that's when you stop boiling it. Okay, so now that we put our pot to boil, what we do is we put more or less 6 to 8 leaves of bay leaf. So that'll give it a really nice flavor. So, and once it's you put a high boil. Once it's boiling, then you could put it down to a very soft boil and wait till it. Okay, so what I suggest is to check every 10 minutes if you poke it and see if it's soft. Now, it's been about 15, and it's pretty soft. I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes and poke it again and see if it's tender enough, and then we can just take it out and continue. Okay, so it's been 25 minutes, and I'm gonna poke it. See, very easy to poke. So this is perfect. Took 25 minutes at a low boil. Now we're gonna strain it, and we'll be cutting it up in little pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I need to do all this. You got some potatoes, chopped carrot, chopped celery, chopped onions, and you cut your tripe a 1/2 inch by 2 inches, more or less. Because it's summer right now and I have it in the garden, I took a fresh hot pepper. So I'll be putting this in, and you have your cup of wine, and you have your tomato. Now you can use tomatoes chopped up, or I'm using I make this myself. These are garden tomatoes, and I'm going to be putting tomato sauce in it. And we're going to need some water, a couple of cups of water. And also I will be putting a new bay leaf, about 4 of them, added to the ones that are that were boiled in the mixture. So we're gonna take the onion, we're gonna be putting it in. I also put some green onion in it because I love the taste of that. I have that in the garden also. And you're gonna put a little bit of olive oil, which you will be frying this. And I'll just put on my fan. Okay, so we're gonna be frying this and at medium heat, and we're gonna stop when it's just a little bit of golden brown, just a bit, that it's soft. And we're gonna add our celery, our carrot, and our potatoes. And we're gonna be chopping up our pepper. And we can add this right now so it cooks with the onion. Notice the color. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. Okay, now that I have my onions that are tender, I'll add the rest of the bay leaf, the carrots, the potatoes, and the celery. Now, we're going to do this for about 4 minutes at medium-low heat. And next step is going to be putting in the tripe. Okay, so what I failed to say is that depending on how thick your potatoes and your onions and your celery are, I've been cooking this for about 7 minutes. So I have said 4, but it's more or less 7 to 10 minutes. Now they're tender. This is what I'm looking for, and slowly I will be putting my tripe and mixing it as I keep putting it in. And what we're going to look for about 5 minutes of cooking this is that we're going to look for it to caramelize. What is going to happen now is all the juices are going to come out of it. Those juices are going to dry up. It's going to mix in with the oil, and it's sort of going to stick to the bottom, but you're going to be stirring it, and that's the caramelization. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add our wine, and we're going to bring it to a boil, and we're going to cook this like this with the wine till it evaporates all the wine. So what you want is the flavor of the wine in. Okay, so now that my liquid in the mixture with the tripe has evaporated more or less, I will be adding 3 cups of tomato sauce. Now, if you want to put a little bit more, it will make the most difference in the world. What you're going to do is you're going to stir it in, and you're going to make it, you're going to wait till it goes to a boil, and then you're going to put it down, the heat down, and let it cook, well, at least 20 minutes. Taste it, and see if it's to taste. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna add your salt and your pepper to taste. Like, well, everybody's different. And that's it. Okay, so it's been simmering for half hour. Now, finishing touches. You put, always to taste, some salt. I like to put a little bit more onion powder, which will give that nice oniony taste, even though there is onions in it. Some garlic powder, which you could have put some garlic at the beginning, but I didn't. But you could if you want to. And some black pepper. I'm gonna stir it. And this is gonna be the finishing. Now, this is ready to eat. You have to take out the bay leaf at the end, but I won't right now. And what you do is you take a little bit of Parmesan cheese. A little bit of Parmesan cheese, and it's ready to eat. To die for. Bon appetit. Cheesing the tripe.